Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm a guy called Joe. This is Bootstrapping.Tools, and we are in a Let's Build Together series for Google Data Studio. If you haven't heard of Google Data Studio yet, simply put, it's a business intelligence tool, or BI tool for short. You lay it on top of your data sets, whether that's a database or a data warehouse, a spreadsheet, or YouTube, or Google Analytics or whatever. You can just lay it on top of that and then build dashboards off of it. Tables, charts, graphs, pie charts, whatever you want. It's just a way for you to report and tell a story for the data that you're looking at. Up on the screen here, we have a short, very basic, simple dashboard guide that you can use. It goes step by step to introduce you into Google Data Studio, teaches you how to add in a data source, how to add in your first chart, and then convert that chart or customize it so that you can get beautiful graphs. If you are interested in taking a look at this, I'll drop a link in the description for anybody who wants to take a look at it. But otherwise, we've had two other parts to this Let's Build Together series for Data Studio. In the first one, we did website stats and took about less than an hour, maybe like 45 to 50 minutes, where we just built everything in here. We connected the data source, we added the charts, we customized it, we styled it out, and then we made everything interactive. So if you click on it, it's just going to refresh all the data and make it nice and pretty and easy to use for anybody that you are sharing the report with, or if you're presenting it. And then the second part, we went over the Search Console stats. So we actually took two data sets from Search Console and blended it together using primary keys. So once we did that, we were able to see a more holistic view of our data. And then we also made this interactive so that if you click on anywhere, it'll filter out the data. You can do it by date, you can do it by country like I just selected before. You can also do it by the table and select specific things, and it'll update all the stats on the screen here. We also set up a report level filtering system for in-market segment, as well as the dates. And you can select that and it'll refresh everything. And then you can also go back to website stats and then have that filtered down already as well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about YouTube. You know that YouTube is pretty important to everybody, especially content creators nowadays. That's a great platform to showcase your expertise or things that you are passionate about, and just really just like share your passion with everybody else. I mean, clearly Bootstrapping.Tools is on YouTube, and that's how we're reaching out and connecting with all of you who are looking to find creative ways to solve their problems without spending too much money, or just like really learning to how to utilize tools out there better, or just growing your business, bootstrapping, if I may, your business. So YouTube, we're going to go through a couple of different ways to make it all pretty, I guess. Not pretty, but we're going to ingest the data. So there's a couple of different ways that you can start getting in data sources. First, we don't have YouTube here now. What you can do is you can, in the home page, click on the create data source, and you can choose YouTube Analytics from here. Once you connect your account, it's going to show you which channels that you have access to. You can also do it from the report. So we go back to report performance dashboard here, and then you click on edit so that you're in the edit view for this. There's also a button for add data. When you click on that, it's going to do the same view just as a tray that goes from the bottom. And then you can select YouTube Analytics from there. So let's go ahead and connect it. So we want our arcade, which is the rest of the data that we have right now. That's only one channel. So we'll go ahead and connect that. Let me move my bubble. So we click on the add button, and now it's going to tell us that everything is connected, and we could manage that data. So if we go to resources and then manage added data sources, we can see all the different things that we have right now. You can click on edit if we want to edit any of this. These are all the fields that are available in the YouTube connector, which includes watch time, views, all that jazz, which is all great stuff. So we don't need to edit anything here. So let's just go ahead and click on done and close this out. And let's create a new page. So click on page and then add new page. Let's rename this to be YouTube stats, kind of follow the same format that we do the other pages for: website stats, search console stats, and now YouTube stats. Now you notice that report level filter is there. I actually think that the in-market segment might be only available for Google Analytics, but we'll test that out, and if anything, we'll just convert this back to a page level report, and then we'll find a way to fill in the blanks there on the other pages, I mean, because it won't be something that follows. So let's go ahead and add a chart. One thing that maybe is helpful, let's do a table with a heat map. We haven't done one of those yet. Let me move my bubble again. Bottom. So now this is page title. We don't want that. We want YouTube analytics. So now this is going to show some of our videos. And then let's remove the row numbers, because personally, I don't think it's very helpful. The row numbers, like, we already know how many videos there are, so what's the point? But anyhow, I digress. So we have video title, and then let's also look at, so we have total watch time, which is helpful, but let's talk about impressions. Do we have impressions in this list? Info card impressions, user annotations. We don't want those. No. Views are always good. So add views, maybe, is there an average anything? Duration? No. Watch. So watch time is just that. So, oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong place. This is what we want. Views in the metric. Yeah, that could get tricky. Just make sure you're putting in the right place. So is average down here now? Average watch time, average view percentage. That's good, so we'll add that. We'll add average watch time. And we'll actually move the total to the end just so it makes sense. And let's also do shares and comments. And what else do people do on YouTube? Oh, likes. Likes at it. We might as well do the dislikes. So we can say this is likes. So we'll just rename it. And then this one is dislikes. And this could just be comments. You don't have to say video shares, you can just say shares. Total watch time is fine. Average watch time, let's abbreviate that to save ourselves some real estate. Average watch time. And this is average view percentage, so average view percent. Okay, so I have a bunch of things here. So in the other videos, we used to use the Explorer, but I figured it might be nice to show everybody how you would do it from scratch without the Explorer. So here we go. It's just like this. So now we have a table. Obviously, there's a couple of these we don't need to have so wide, but before we change that up, let's move things around a little bit. What's the most important? Views are important. View percentage is important, so I think that makes sense. So views, all this is about views. This is total watch time. Actually, does total watch time matter? I guess not. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll leave it there. And then shares, comments, and likes and dislikes. Shares are really good. Oh, subscriptions, that's a good one. Subs, user subscriptions, add it. So we'll just call that subs. That's important, so we'll put that before shares. So shares and comments, those are interchangeable, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Let's add the likes and dislikes above the shares though. Because as much as shares are great, people are just sharing. It's not. It doesn't help with the with how YouTube ranks your videos as much as likes and dislikes do. Okay, so this looks good. Let's go ahead and start making this a little prettier now. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Let's just make this all a little nicer. So if you double click, it'll just rearrange everything automatically for you, but I want more room for our video title so we know exactly what's going on there. So likes, you don't need to be this big. Dislikes, you don't need to be that big either. Shares, you're good. So let's tighten the ship up a little here. Whoop. Move you around, view of course, and that way we get a little bit more real estate or width space for our video titles here. Okay, we'll make that a little bit bigger. There. Okay, great. So now we have a nice little table that displays all the information that we might want, and it's all heat mapped so that you can see which videos are operating, I guess, or have the most number of them, of the entire lot. So that's good. I think probably we'll want some high-level metrics like chart numbers or something like that. So let's add in a regular non-compact number here. We don't care about the watch time right now, or maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe. Let's say subscriptions added. So this is going to be within that time frame. Let's actually say compare this to the last period, previous period. We'll hit apply. And then we can see what the change is. And then let's do subscriptions removed, just in case you want to see that as well. And then this period. I think comparison metric, you can actually change this too. So up is bad, so we're going to mark that as a red, and then down is good because we want less people removing their subs. That's kind of big, so let's call this unsub, and then we'll call this subbed. Okay, so 2 decent metrics. They're kind of big, but let's move this to the side for now. What else do we want? We want, I think total view count is pretty important. So we can copy and paste this. Let's just put this as views. Find the views. Okay, and then let's copy this again. What's another one that's important? Impressions. Do we have impressions here? We don't. I think I already mentioned that. Reach? No. So this is one of the things with using a Google connector. You're kind of at the mercy of whatever they're giving you. So if you have a database and you're pulling from Google, the Google Analytics, not the Google Analytics, the YouTube API, you might be able to get more information than this, but we'll cover that in another video if people are interested. So with thumbnail link, US state code, use comments added, dislikes, blah, blah, blah. I think if people like likes, you can add that. I personally don't think that tracking likes is very useful. But video length, watch time. Well, I guess watch time is a good one too then. The only problem with watch time is that this looks like not super easy to read. This is by seconds duration. So what we might want to do is try to calculate that. Because when YouTube does it, they do it by watch hours when you're on their dashboard. So we'll probably want to convert that. So well, we're doing it on a Let's Build, so might as well. Let's do it together. So we'll hit the little pencil icon so that the connector for YouTube Analytics opens up again. And then what we're gonna do is, so this watch time, total watch time is in duration seconds. So what we'll do is we'll add a new field, and then I'm gonna say watch time is what we want. We're going to do watch time, we're going to add that here, and then we're going to divide watch time if it's in seconds. If we divide it by 60, that should give us minutes, right? And then if we divide those minutes by 60, that should give us hours. So watch time hours. So we can name it the same way actually, total watch time, and then parentheses will be hours. So we'll save that. Let's see what that looks like. Watch time hours. Does that sound right? I don't think so. Hold on. Copy and paste. Total watch time versus total watch time hours. No, it looks like, did it actually already change it? I think they did, because the way that they're displaying it. So if it wasn't in duration seconds, or does it actually, what does this know? If we did a number, maybe that's the total number of seconds then. So if somebody were to do the math, what is it? 2912 divided by 60 divided by 60. Is that 801? Okay, so never mind. I guess we didn't have to do the whole field. So let's go back in there and let's remove our field because we don't need it because they already adjusted it for us. Why not? Okay, so now we're done. Take that, delete that. We don't need it anymore. And this is in seconds, so let's change this back to seconds duration. So this is 900. Yeah, sorry, not 900, 809 hours. Okay, so this will likely be very long. If there's a way we can. We could reformat it if we wanted to, just so we can say hours instead. Let's, yeah, why not? That's worth it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Why not? Okay, so go back to edit. I'm gonna add a new field and say watch time. So total watch time, and then we're going to try to do a date format. Date format. I forgot what the exact calculation is. Date format. Maybe here. Let's make these a little bigger. So it's datetime add trunk diff format datetime. Here we go. Okay, so this is saying format datetime, format string, and then datetime expression. So we want total watch time in here. And then we want it to just be hours. So I wonder, so it's gonna be not order date, maybe date time. Oh wait, it's the other way around. Yes, okay. So what we want here is, maybe it's HH perhaps? There's a percentage H. I forgot how you do hours. Hold on, I'm gonna look this on the side here. Hour minute, so that's R. So capital R. So there's a problem here. Invalidate format, format date doesn't support format time text number. It should be text date. Oh, because it's a date. So it wouldn't be doing a format date time. We'd be doing we divided all of it. So I guess the other thing worked, but it's what we want is a, what do we call it? Quotient? Okay, so we can round it. So what we'll do is we'll round this. That looks good. So what this is going to happen is it's just going to take the hours. So after we do, so since the watch time was in seconds, we divided by 60 for minutes and then 60 again for hours, and we round it to 0 so that it should just display the hours. So we can name this total watch time hours. That way we don't get the fluff at the end of it. Well, not fluff, but you know, they should look a little prettier. 809. Okay, great, beautiful. There we go. Okay, so we don't want you anymore. We want you. Still kind of large. That's fine. Okay, so we have a couple of stats here. These two belong together, so we'll try to leave those two together. Views is views. We can leave that alone. We can do, so we have the subs. Do we care about comments? Not really. I think that's fine for now. And then, so now let's add a chart in. Let's add in a line chart. Put it right under here. And then we will use the line chart to measure the number of, we don't want this, we want date. We'll use this to measure the number of views over time. And then subs. Actually, there's such a big difference between that, it doesn't matter. So I think views is fine. This is actually going in the opposite direction, so let's fix that. Go to style, scroll down to where it shows the, where to go? Color, so here we go, reverse x-axis direction. So now we're going from older to newer. You can see that. And then, actually I guess we could add the subs. So we add the sub amounts. They don't have impressions, which I'm really hoping for. These impressions are helpful, but maybe shares, video shares. Let's see what's that look like. It's very low though, so it's gonna be very different. Let's do subs. Let's go back to subs, and then what we'll do is we'll add in the function so that the subs are in a different axis. So series 2, this guy. So now we can see the number of subs to the number of to the number of views. And since we have all that white space, we don't need that. We can crunch that up a little bit better. And now we have subs and unsubs, which you can bring up here. Views and total watch hours. I don't think we have much else that we can show. Is there anything about ad revenue? No. Monetization ID. All right, so let's see here. View percentage, generate country code. Maybe it'll be nice to see what countries people are viewing from. Maybe not. Let's keep looking here. Public theme, sharing service. Don't care about that. State code, video dislikes, views. I think that's it. Maybe country. So we do country code. That's not going to look right there because that's not what we care about. We want, we have a good amount of space. Maybe a bar chart would be nice. Video. So we can do views by country. You can see which countries were the most popular for. So with that, let's drag these guys down. I'm gonna put this up here. And then subs versus unsubs. I'm gonna put those two. Next to each other. That looks pretty good. So now that we have this, let's just quickly kind of take a view here. Does it look good? Can we click on it? We can't click on it yet. We need to do the apply filter, but this looks pretty good so far. Let's go back to edit. And then what we'll do is click on this, and then we'll scroll down to apply filter, hit that, Same thing goes for this guy. Anything that you basically want to be interactive, just hit the apply filter to it. And then these guys, these numbers, you can't really do much with it, so no need to hit the apply filter button for that. I don't actually think it has it, so let's test it out here. Click on this, resets everything. So now we can see what happened on that particular day. You can see what's popular in Germany. And then we can also see some of our videos specifically. How did that work for that particular time period? And of course the time period works as well, just because we have it set at a report level. So the date range will work for everything. The in-market segment, I'm pretty sure this won't work though. So like that, yeah, nothing works there. So we'll actually change that. Let's go ahead and do that together right now. So right click, make page level, and then I don't care about you. So you can go and get removed. We'll go back to website stats. Oh no, what have we done? Okay, so a couple of undos, and this is now here, which means that it shouldn't be here. No, it's still report level. Okay, so make page level. Ah, I see. Okay, so we go back to page one. This is the only place that it works. So we'll right click here, we'll make page level, and now when we go to the other pages, it's not going to appear there. So while we're at it, let's actually switch this with this. And the reason we're doing that, whoops, what did I do here? So the reason that we're switching it around is just to make it easier to design the other pages with. I can move this. There. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. So now that it's there, when we go to the next pages, all this will be looking like this. So can actually expand this all the way so that we can get rid of some of that space. And then go over to the next, the YouTube stats page. Similar spiel, but what we can do here is let's add in a rectangle. We'll do the same thing that we did before. We'll make it that light gray to match. Right. And then for the subbed and unsubbed, let's yeah, sure. Let's make all these metrics the gray background. That's kind of how we did it for the other ones. I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but might as well. Okay, and then we notice that there's a little bit of a gap there, so we can do that. Let's actually, we group these together. That'd be nice, because these are together. This one we can leave alone. Let's make this a white background. And same thing here. I mean, you can really make it whatever background color you want. It's really up to you. I was just trying to go a little neutral here, so like grays and whites. And that's only because we're, you know, doing this let's build together. I don't want to influence anybody. Well, looks good though. Let's do view. Yeah, not bad. We added borders in other places, so we can actually do the same thing here if we wanted. It's for here. Let's add a border around our line chart here. So that looks pretty decent. And then we'll do the same thing for this chart, just to keep things consistent. And then our table. Okay, all right, that looks pretty decent. Not look too bad. It's interactive. And then you can go to the other pages. It all looks about the same. I guess we can do maybe a little better here. At that point, maybe we can just expand this size, right? If we make it larger, should make it larger here as well, so we can shrink this. The in-market segment, that's fine. It's only for this page anyway, which then now means we have to go back to YouTube stats and fix this one. All right, so that's basically it. Oh, this one is a little bit ugly. Let's just scoot a little bit over. I shared a little bit over. Oh, there's something behind it. That's what we need to scoot over. Just a little bit. Scoot. Okay. Better. All right. So, as I was saying, so this was now about another 25-ish minutes, and most of that I think was spent on trying to figure out how to make it pretty. But yeah, so now we have a pretty monochrome performance dashboard minus the charts and the colors that come with it. But it's all interactive, and you can, you know, every week or every day you can come in here and kind of take a look. Oh, how are things doing in whatever region on YouTube or the website, or how's organic traffic coming along, and it all kind of tells the story. So that's it for this Let's Build series. Just basically on Google Data Studio. I tried to keep it a little simple. You could do a lot crazier things on here if you wanted to. You can, you know, there are a lot of shapes and everything there. You can imagine that if you wanted to do something like the page path, they have page path 1, 2, and 3. You can try to, you know, do custom fields like you just saw before when we did the watch times. We just converted that to just only show the hours instead of the hours and then the minutes and the seconds. There's a lot that you can do here, but for now, this should be enough to get you started, to get you playing around with things. There's definitely lots of cool and interesting dashboards that you can build. If we go back to the Data Studio homepage, there are a lot of templates that Google provides for you that you can use. Like let's take a look at this one over here, this YouTube Analytics. This is basically the same thing that we did together just now. And the main difference is that what they did was they added a little icon so you can actually insert images, and then they changed the page format to be longer rather than wider. But everything is, you know, it's as simple as, you know, doing it the way that I just showed you, the way that we just did it together. If we go back here, go back to the performance dashboard, just to quickly show you, when you get in here, one of the ways that you would add in images is by going over here, add an image. You can upload from your computer or by URL. You can add text, free text yourself if you wanted to do that. You can embed things in here. You can draw lines and connectors. So if you want to do like a flow chart and for like the user journey, especially for a marketing dashboard, right? You can say the ad over to the site, or the search term over to the site, over to conversion, or whatever it might be. There's a lot of things that you can do here. But that's it. If you found this this video helpful, please do hit the like button so that, you know, YouTube ranks it for other people searching for the same things as you are, so people like you can find this video and also find use out of it and get value out of it. Also hit the notification icon and subscribe to the channel. We are releasing new content pretty regularly, so if there is anything that you'd like to see, please let us know in the comments below. If you had any issues or concerns or questions, comments below, and we will, you know, respond to you. Looking for feedback on what else you guys might want to see. A couple of people have asked for retool, app sheets, a couple of different things out there. Happy to showcase ways that you can use it. We'll do some guides, we'll do some how-tos, and we'll do some let's build, of course, because that's always helpful. So don't be shy, reach out, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. I am a guy called Joe. This has been Bootstrapping Tools. Let's build together just for DataStudio. That's the end of it. We're looking forward to hearing from everybody. Thank you, and we're out.